Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Tupac Shakur, Tupac, Biography. Tupac Amaru Shakur, better known by his stage names Tupac and later Makaveli, was an American rapper, actor, poet, and social activist. Widely regarded as one of the most influential and iconic figures in hip-hop history. Early life. Tupac was born on June 16, 1971, in East Harlem, New York City, to Afeni Shakur and Billy Garland, both active members of the Black Panther Party. His birth name, Tupac Amaru, was inspired by a revolutionary Incan leader executed by Spanish colonizers, symbolizing strength and resistance, qualities that would define his life and art. Tupac's childhood was marked by poverty, constant relocation, and the struggles of his mother's activism and addiction. Despite these hardships, he showed early talent in writing, poetry, and performance. He attended the Baltimore School for the Arts, where he studied acting, poetry, jazz, and ballet, and it was there that he began to develop his artistic identity. Rise to fame. Tupac's professional music career began when he joined Digital Underground as a backup dancer and rapper in the early 1990s. His debut solo album, Tupacalypse Now, 1991, established him as a powerful new voice in hip-hop. The album tackled issues of racial inequality, police brutality, and social injustice, earning both praise and controversy for its raw political content. He followed up with critically acclaimed and commercially successful albums such as Strictly for My Niggaz, 1993, Me Against the World, 1995, which he recorded while serving time in prison and which reached #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. All Eyes on Me, 1996, a double album that became one of the most influential hip-hop albums of all time, featuring hits like California Love, How Do You Want It, and Two of America's Most Wanted. Themes and influence. Tupac's lyrics combined raw street narratives with deep reflections on life, struggle, love, and social justice. He was known for his versatility, able to deliver both aggressive gangsta rap tracks and heartfelt songs such as Keep Ya Head Up and Dear Mama. Beyond music, Tupac was also a talented actor, appearing in films like Juice, 1992, Poetic Justice, 1993, alongside Janet Jackson, and Above the Rim, 1994. Legal troubles and feuds. Throughout his career, Tupac faced multiple legal issues and became deeply embroiled in the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, particularly his feud with the Notorious B.I.G. and Bad Boy Records. After being shot in 1994 and surviving, he became increasingly vocal about his mistrust and anger toward those he felt betrayed him. Death and legacy. On September 7, 1996, Tupac was shot multiple times in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas, Nevada. He died 6 days later, on September 13, 1996, at just 25 years old. His murder remains officially unsolved, though theories abound about its connection to the rap feud and the people around him. Even after his death, Tupac's influence only grew. Several posthumous albums were released, including The Don Columinati, The 7-Day Theory, 1996, under the name Makaveli, and others like Until the End of Time, 2001, and Loyal to the Game, 2004. Legacy. Tupac Shakur's legacy transcends music. He is remembered as a poet of the streets who gave voice to the struggles of young Black Americans, a symbol of resistance against systemic oppression, a cultural icon whose life and words continue to inspire generations. His image has endured through murals, documentaries, films, and even a holographic performance at Coachella in 2012. In 2017, he was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, solidifying his place in music history. As Tupac once wrote, "I'm not saying I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world." Philosophy and activism. Tupac Shakur was more than just a rapper. He was a thinker, a poet, and a revolutionary voice of his generation. Deeply influenced by his mother Afeni Shakur's activism in the Black Panther Party, Tupac's worldview was shaped by the struggles of African Americans and the fight for equality. His music and interviews often reflected strong political consciousness, tackling themes of racism, poverty, police brutality, and injustice. He believed that hip-hop could be a platform for social change. Through songs like "Brenda's Got a Baby" and "Trapped," Tupac shed light on the harsh realities of inner-city life, teenage pregnancy, crime, and systemic neglect. Unlike many rappers of his era, he wasn't afraid to show vulnerability and compassion, often speaking for the voiceless. Tupac also spoke openly about the duality of his nature, the conflict between his thug life persona and his intellectual, sensitive side. He coined the phrase "thug life" not as a glorification of crime, but as a statement about resilience and survival. Thug life means we still survive in spite of all the hell we go through. He later tattooed the phrase "thug life" across his abdomen, a symbol that became iconic and misunderstood by many. Acting career. In addition to his rap career, Tupac was a gifted actor who brought emotional depth and authenticity to his roles. His film debut came in Juice, 1992, where he portrayed the troubled and menacing character Bishop. The role showcased his intensity and charisma, earning him critical acclaim. He went on to star in Poetic Justice, 1993, opposite Janet Jackson, playing a postal worker who falls in love with a poet. Above the Rim, 1994, as Birdie, a streetwise basketball hustler. Gridlock, 1997, released posthumously, where he played a heroin addict seeking rehabilitation. Gang-related, 1997, as a corrupt detective, showing his range as an actor. These performances revealed Tupac's ability to transition seamlessly between rap and film, hinting at a potential Hollywood career that was tragically cut short. The Makaveli persona. After serving time in prison in 1995, Tupac's worldview darkened. He began to study the works of Niccolò Machiavelli, the 16th-century Italian philosopher who wrote The Prince. Inspired by Machiavelli's ideas about power, deception, and survival, Tupac adopted the alias Makaveli and released his final album, The Don Illuminati, The 7-Day Theory, 1996, under that name. The album, recorded in just 7 days, was darker, more reflective, and prophetic. Songs like Hail Mary and Against All Odds expressed paranoia, betrayal, and spiritual struggle. Many fans believe the Makaveli persona symbolized Tupac's rebirth, a man rising from suffering into higher awareness. Death and theories. Tupac's murder remains one of the most infamous unsolved cases in modern music history. He was shot on September 7, 1996. While sitting in a car with Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight in Las Vegas. He died 6 days later at University Medical Center, aged 25. Over the years, countless theories have circulated, ranging from gang-related motives to conspiracies involving record labels and law enforcement. Some fans even believe Tupac faked his death, pointing to cryptic messages in his lyrics and the Makaveli album cover suggesting resurrection. In 2023, Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis, a former gang member, was charged in connection with Tupac's murder, a development that finally brought some measure of closure to a decades-long mystery. Legacy and impact. Nearly 3 decades after his death, Tupac Shakur remains a symbol of rebellion, truth, and emotional honesty. He has sold over 75 million records worldwide, and his words continue to influence artists, activists, and writers across generations. His posthumous releases, including Are You Still Down?, Remember Me, 1997, and Until the End of Time, 2001, revealed just how prolific he was, recording hundreds of unreleased tracks that continue to surface even decades later. Tupac's poetry, compiled in The Rose That Grew from Concrete, reveals his artistic sensitivity and philosophical depth, showing that beneath his gangsta image was a man yearning for peace, love, and justice. Cultural legacy. Tupac's life has been chronicled in numerous documentaries and films, such as Tupac, Resurrection, 2003, All Eyes on Me, 2017, and the FX series Dear Mama, 2023, which focused on his powerful relationship with his mother, Afeni. Murals, street art, and tributes around the world honor his legacy, from Los Angeles to Johannesburg. His words are studied in universities, and his ideas on race, inequality, and freedom remain relevant in today's social landscape. As his famous poem says, "Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having feet." Tupac Shakur's spirit, raw, poetic, and unbroken, continues to live on in every verse that speaks truth to power. Relationship with Afeni Shakur. Tupac's relationship with his mother, Afeni Shakur, was one of the most profound and defining aspects of his life. Afeni was a strong, politically active woman, a member of the Black Panther Party in the late 1960s and early 1970s. She raised Tupac under difficult circumstances, often struggling with poverty and addiction, but she instilled in him a deep sense of pride, awareness, and purpose. Tupac idolized his mother. His 1995 hit song, Dear Mama, is one of the most heartfelt tributes in hip-hop history. In it, he expresses gratitude, sorrow, and love for Afeni's sacrifices, and even as a crack fiend, Mama, you always was a black queen, Mama. Afeni's revolutionary spirit deeply influenced Tupac's worldview. She taught him to read, write, and think critically from a young age. Even as he gained fame and wealth, Tupac continued to express both admiration and pain over his mother's struggles. Their relationship represented the complexity of love, forgiveness, and family resilience, themes that permeated his work. After Tupac's death, Afeni became the guardian of his legacy. She founded the Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.